No, I don't really cook for my neighbors. Driven XMFers, are you inviting the neighbor that gets mad if you don't say hi? No, he's out of town right now. I'm watching his house and driving his Cadillac. Tonight, Fuck Dog 66. I'm drinking Kraken dark rum with the Canada Dry Zero Sugar Cranberry. Father's busy right now. Oh, there he is. Father told me that he was going to get naked in his hotel room and drop the AC as low as it can go and just sit there in the dark in the air conditioning and just enjoy the cold air conditioning. How many times can you say air conditioning? Yeah, that Kraken dark rum, it's good. It's 94 proof. Father is here. Father, come forth from the fire. Got a little fire going right here with one of those little cookie cutter pot things. You can throw logs of fire and have a fire outside. It's been a beautiful day in Florida. I mean, this morning it was raining, but then skies got blue, white clouds, been fucking windy and breezy, beautiful. Such a beautiful day, you know, might as well go outside and do it live. Don Cabarino. Is father joining OnlyFans? I have no idea. He should. You're right, John Smith. I will, in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to reserve my smoking only to lives. Which that's what I was doing before until I started dealing with all this shit with thank God it's over with my dad. Don Garbarino. Better baseball players, Cubans or Dominicans? I don't know, man. If you can get a Hispanic baseball player on your team that's legitimately from their country, whether it's the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Cuba, we've had great players from Venezuela. We even have I forget his name right now. I think he's the only player in MLB history to have 100 wins in the American League and 100 wins in the National League. Dennis Martinez. Dennis Martinez was he was Nicaraguan. As far as a Hispanic baseball player, who's better? I mean, you're splitting hairs. It's always good to have a Hispanic baseball player on your team, especially like a real good utility player. Father, you're not naked.
I'm not wearing any pants.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I noticed Johnny Kills is on here. Johnny Kills is a good guy. I'm going to meet up with him for a gym session. Father. I got my feet up. I'm tired as fuck. No. There's Johnny Kills. Any of you guys that I'm close with, like my buddies in the private chat group, you guys should all follow Johnny Kills. Real good guy. So, I got into a different truck today. So, I'm in a different make of truck, which I'm not going to mention. No longer in that brand of truck that everyone is, thinks that I drive. And I've got a new truck number. So.
Why you got to tell everyone that you're driving a white now?
A white?
You never heard of a white?
No, I don't know what that means. No.
There's actually a brand of truck. I'll look it up. It's called White.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not for what I do. Basically, for what I do, the most common brand is a Freightliner because they're the cheapest. That's what a lot of fleets use. And you got Kenworths, Peterbilts, Mack. That's really about it.
Publix use Fords.
Really?
Those green trucks, I think, are Fords.
Aerostar?
Something like that. They don't have a sleeper.
They're Aero Max.
Something like that.
Yeah. You're not a real truck driver if you don't have a sleeper. You're just a delivery boy like Pomps. Guys that don't have a sleeper, they're not living the lifestyle. They're not living the cowboy lifestyle. They're at home sleeping with their wife every night. They're more like a homesteader.
I really think that song, "Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys." It really should have been called "Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be truck drivers."
Yeah.
Because they're never home and they're always alone.
My favorite song about truck driving is the Bon Jovi song from Young Guns.
That one's called "Blaze of Glory."
I don't know if that's the same one. The one where he says, I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride.
That's Wanted Dead or Alive.
Yeah, Wanted Dead or Alive, yeah.
The one he did for Young Guns is "Blaze of Glory," which is that's a decent song.
Yeah. No, Wanted Dead or Alive, that can be about being a biker or a trucker. That's a great song.
I walk the streets with a 6-string on my back. I played for keeps.
Yeah, I get pretty pumped up when I hear that song. So I'm pretty stoked about my new truck. I've got a refrigerator in my new truck. And I've also got a mount for a flat screen in my sleeper.
And you could go to Walmart, get a cheap, small, smart flat screen, and all you got to do is like hook up like one of those. I would recommend like one of the $60 antennas. Hook it up to it, and then wherever you stop, you actually get to watch the local news.
Well, couldn't I get a streaming service?
If you have a Wi-Fi service, if you have like some type of
I can create a Wi-Fi hotspot with my phone.
Yeah, if your Wi-Fi spot is powerful enough, you can go to your cell phone provider and upgrade it.
What? Don't they have smart TVs that have their own Wi-Fi that you can buy the streaming service?
If they do, that's new to me, and that sounds awesome.
Okay, I don't know anything about it.
I know that you can stream your smart television from your cell phone, but you would have to go to your cell phone provider and upgrade that service, that hotspot service. You can do it, but it's got to be upgraded.
I think
5G, 5G, Father, 5G.
You know, this new truck I'm in, I believe I have a powerful enough inverter to get a little small microwave. You know the little teeny ones?
I always carry one. Well, not always, but I got one in the truck. It's I got a DeWalt inverter that I just plug into the fucking lighter.
No, but my truck's got a built-in inverter. Built-in.
God, what are you driving? A fucking Mercedes? It's a fucking Volvo, isn't it?
No.
It's a fucking Volvo, isn't it? It's one of those fucking fancy European-looking, rounded-out fucking Volvos, isn't it?
No, I don't.
You got a mount for. You got a refrigerator. You got a fucking mount for a flat screen. You got a fucking built-in inverter. Oh, it's pausing. There it is. You got okay. Anyway, you got a fucking microwave. You got a thing for a flat screen. You got a fucking built-in fucking inverter. It's one of those fucking Volvos.
And the fridge is built in. The fridge is built in. I'm gonna have to buy my own microwave, but the inverter is already there. There's already a 110 outlet.
Now you got a place to make your brown rice.
Yeah. Well, Keisha took that. You know what I really want? I want a motherfucking George Foreman. If I could cook steak on the road, I could take my bodybuilding to a whole new level.
Well, you got a fridge. You'll be able to pack plenty of high protein yogurt.
Right.
The kefir. Also, you'll be able to, if you get a nice sandwich from someplace and it stores nicely in the cold, you'll be able to store sandwiches in there. You'll be able to do all kinds of things.
Yeah. If I really want a George Foreman, now that I got a truck with a built-in inverter that can handle it. Because a George Foreman, they clean, as long as you're not cooking bacon, they clean up real easily with a paper towel. I mean, they're.
Well, yeah, once you let it cool down, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And plus, what'll end up happening is that grill will become flavored.
No,
through time.
That shit is Teflon like a motherfucker. As long as you don't burn it, everything will wipe clean with a paper towel.
Jay, you're driving one of those fucking Volvos, aren't you?
I swear to God it's not a Volvo. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, dude. In the sleeper cab, they still got some of those cigarette lighters, near your pillow for your phone and shit like that. But this is the first truck I've been in that has a USB port. So to charge your phone, you don't need one of those stupid butt plugs. You can just plug your cord right into a USB.
If you have a tablet, you can charge up your tablet.
All right. Yeah, this thing's amazing. Huge upgrade. Huge upgrade. It's got a top bunk in case I want to take a lot lizard cross country. I have bunk beds now.
You take her across state lines, that's a man act.
That's true. Well, that's only a big deal if she's a minor. Or if it's against her will. Yeah, I got bunk beds now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm living large, bro. I love this new truck.
You could start a Patreon where people the highest bidder will get to travel with you for 1 week across country and they'll ride on the top bunk.
Well, you don't want to be in that top bunk while the truck is moving. Oh, yeah, yeah, dude. When I moved into the truck today, I put all my luggage up in that top bunk, so it's all out of my way. Oh, it's so nice. So nice.
Now, you gotta wait. Do you gotta wait to like secure it up there while you're moving?
There is a cargo net that I probably need to use. That way, if you hit the brakes, the suitcase doesn't hit you in the back of the head.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah. We don't want a 50-pound book bag heading to your direction, you know?
Right. Right. Or a dildo.
Oh.
Man found it crash site with dildo in head.
Here come the memes. Here come the fucking memes. Oh, shit.
They needed something to stop the bleeding, so they used his big Lenny butt plug. Good idea.
This is where Pomps is really not good at marketing. He doesn't think about other things. You know, look at what, you know, I noticed that, for instance, Lenny's wearing that Piss Army shirt, which is very reminiscent to the Kiss Army. Look at what type of an entrepreneur Gene Simmons is. The guy's selling caskets. Who sells caskets? And they're fucking selling caskets. They're selling Kiss caskets on a regular basis. People are buying them.
That's something Alice Cooper would do. Does Alice Cooper have a condo near you?
You know, I don't know. And God damn it, Jake, as I told you before, the 17-year-old, she's an avid fan of classic rock. She's a fucking Alice Cooper fan.
Yeah,
he was supposed to be coming to town, and I didn't have the time, but she wanted to go to a fucking Alice Cooper concert.
Yeah. You
what
know,
17-year-old today wants to go see Alice Cooper?
I believe Alice Cooper has a place near you. In between Boca and Jupiter, I'm almost positive Alice Cooper has a home because he's an avid golfer. From what I understand, this is a great fact. Alice Cooper is a zero handicap golfer.
That means does that mean that he doesn't need any? How can I put this? He doesn't need any extra advantages or anything.
Right. He's playing scratch. That means he has a zero handicap. That means if he's on your league, he's not getting any strokes. His score is his score. Whereas a lot of times, you know, sometimes it's good to have someone shitty on your team that has a real lousy handicap. No, I heard he's a scratch golfer, and scratch is a slang term for a zero handicap.
He wouldn't be living in PGA, would he?
Probably not. But But
There's a lot of places I can rail off that there, it's an area where the homes around there are condos. It's a golf course there. The only other one I can think of, there's one in Lantana.
I think the Williams sisters live in Ballin Isles. There's a lot of exclusive country clubs up that way.
Dude, in Jupiter, I forgot what it's called, but there's this place in Jupiter, and I don't know if she still owns that home, but Celine Dion used to have a home in Jupiter. And for a short time, I was working, as a go fetch boy for an appliance company. And Celine Dion, you want to talk about someone that has too much time and too much money on their hands. This is back in '97. This is when she was huge. So apparently she had purchased this stove. And the damn thing was so huge it looked like a fire truck. And it was actually red. Oh, it's pausing again. Anyway, you were pausing. But anyway, she had bought this huge stove that was so big, it looked like a fucking fire truck. The damn thing was red. She bought it from Paris. Had it delivered from Paris. So the damn thing already cost $50,000. That's what she purchased it for. So imagine how much it cost to ship it here. It cost another 50 grand to install it. That's someone with way too much time and way too much money on their fucking hands. Over 100 grand that woman spent to have this big red stove in her kitchen that she probably doesn't even know how to operate. She probably doesn't even know how to work the fucking thing.
Dude, French food is the most overrated in the world.
Well, you have to understand something about French food, real French cuisine. It's peasant food. It is what it is. It's peasant food. It's cheap food. But they make it look so nice, you're paying $100 a dish.
Well, the thing with French food is everything comes with a sauce to make it taste good.
Peasant food.
Right. And what's it take to make a good sauce? A little chicken stock, a little flour, a little butter, a little cream. You can make a sauce for cheap and have a lot. You can make an awesome sauce cheap. Like a butter sauce or a sauce based on chicken stock or veal stock. I don't care what you use. You can make a sauce cheap as fuck and pour it over some horrible food, and it's going to taste good.
When our primitive ancestors, they would take an animal and they would use everything from that animal.
Yeah.
The meat, the fat for cooking, the skin or whatever for clothing. They would use the bones and they would cook the bones and make soup out of it. They knew how to do everything with an animal. Today, right. You talk to somebody about that, they have no idea. Really? Really? Well, yeah, how the fuck do you think we got this far?
Yeah.
That's the one thing about these vegans that I don't understand, and it's the conversation that they don't want to have. We have scientific and what's it called? Archaeology, facts from archaeology, history, DNA. It's proven that our brains developed when we became hunters and started eating meat. Our brains developed. So you become vegan. What do you think that you're doing to yourself?
Well, I got a great segue here. When we started eating meat and fish, we started eating more omega-3 fatty acids, which is critical for brain development. Think about it. Cows and other stupid animals that don't eat meat, they don't eat any omega-3s. You need
And by the
omega.
way, there's more omega-3s in a cow than there is a chicken.
I said that last night.
Time
Yeah,
for a refill.
that's why this baby formula thing is so stupid.
Dude, people are legitimately hoarding baby food, and not baby food, baby formula.
Formula, yeah.
That there's videos now coming out of people literally trying to buy shopping carts full of fucking formula, and now we're gonna have like supermarkets and shit now limit people to like maybe like 2 cans.
I heard someone on the radio. You can probably help me out with this because you're a father, and you probably had to do it in the past. But if you're out of formula and you're in a pinch, can't you take evaporated milk and water it down a little bit, and then you basically have formula?
That I do not know. Maybe some 90-year-old Cuban, probably she knows.
I mean, it's not going to have the nutrition. It's basically going to be canned milk. But you can give babies evaporated milk, watered down.
Why not just give them regular milk then?
I don't think you can. I think they'll shit. And I think they'll become dehydrated. I think regular milk will give them diarrhea, and you could actually kill your kid.
Now we're getting into a whole nother subject as far as my thinking. Now it's just people and parents, I guarantee you, they're discovering you're better off just breastfeeding.
Formula is full of soy and turns babies into pussies. That's funny. Yeah, but a lot of moms like to, go out and have a couple of cold beers after they've been pregnant for 9 months. There's nothing wrong with formula. I'm not going to trash a decent mom who put their kid on formula because they want to have a couple of drinks. For Christ's sake. Not everybody can breastfeed 24/7, 365.
Have you ever met those women that say that, well, as long I can have a glass of white wine and everything will be fine?
You're better off with red wine because it's loaded with resveratrol, which is an antioxidant.
All these doctors out there, the ones that take care of these pregnant women, that's literally what they tell them. Well, you can have a little bit of white wine. That's what they tell them.
No, red wine is better.
Then the doctors are wrong.
And yeah, I think pregnant women are like a horse. You should give your horse a Guinness beer a day, just like a pregnant woman should drink 1 Guinness a day.
Moderation.
Right. A lot of farmers will tell you that a bucket of beer will make their horse's coat shine. So, there's something to it. I'm not saying, you got to be Jane Genova, and be drinking vodka. That isn't what I'm saying.
Now, Jade, that's speculation.
No, but I think, honest as Abraham Lincoln, I think if a woman is strong and disciplined and she can limit herself to 2 glasses of Guinness or 2 glasses of red wine, I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it at all. The problem is a woman will say, well, my doctor said I can have 2 glasses of wine. And then they start feeling good after 2 glasses of wine. And they're like, oh, another one won't hurt. Oh, another one won't hurt. You can literally do 2 of anything, and it's not going to hurt a thing. You know what I mean? Like if you're pregnant, you can probably have 2 cigarettes. You can have 2 beers. You can have 2 glasses of wine. You know,
you could drop 2 tabs of acid.
Right. No, 2. 2 isn't going to fuck you up. It just isn't. Look at those men that went and fought World War II, that stormed the beaches of Normandy. You don't think their mothers had a couple of smokes and a couple of drinks when they were pregnant? I mean, come on, man. Oh, like you said, it's all about moderation.
I can honestly say my wife, through her pregnancy, she didn't drink. But when she wasn't fucking pregnant, Jesus Christ, listen. No offense to my wife, but for instance, if I bring home a bottle of fucking wild turkey, I gotta fucking hide it from her.
That's disgusting.
What do you expect, Jay? Her father's a redneck from West Virginia.
Country roads, take me home. Yeah.
You know, Jay, against your better judgment, there's something I've been thinking about. And, you know, I've stated this before. I want to cut into Pomps' action.
Right. That's why we're doing the T-shirt.
You know,
we're doing the T-shirt company.
So I've been thinking about bringing in Lenny as a partner, as far as launching his own T-shirts through the website as well. And it'll be his own thing. And you know, if I break even, I break even. Now, I know that with you, if, like, for instance, Neo Anime Girl can come up with an idea and it makes you laugh, you're going to be all for it. And
Right.
Lenny isn't going to give a shit what the subject matter is. If he's getting paid, he doesn't give a shit.
Right. Lenny needs grocery money. I need mints and fans and views to my YouTube. So if the T-shirt company gets me views on my YouTube, that's more important to me than money.
Yeah.
But Lenny wants grocery money. Lenny wants instant gratification. He lives like a PM. So, I know. It's the truth. But if we could start selling some big Lenny gear and maybe give Lenny more money than Pomps, Lenny would switch teams in a New York minute. Lenny would, if we had money for Lenny every month with our new T-shirt business, Lenny would throw Pomps under the fucking bus. That's how Lenny operates. Lenny is a what have you done for me lately kind of guy. He has zero loyalty. None.
I don't know why I'm thinking about Janet Jackson. Please forgive me. Someone has a question. Mentally deep to Jay. Would you let Jennifer shit on your bed for one night stand? Who's Jennifer?
Jennifer from the Old World Gym.
Oh. Yeah, I've seen pictures.
Jennifer actually has absolutely adorable, perfectly pedicured feet.
You could just see the beginning of her toes in Jay's mouth, and Jay just pouring a Hurricane or Steel Reserve down her foot and drinking it.
Now, the hotel room I'm in right now has 2 queen beds. So yeah, we could do shit play in one and still have a clean bed to sleep in.
Exactly.
So my answer is yes.
You're prepared.
Right. Johnny Kills just said sheets can be cleaned.
They put him in one of those fucking industrial washers, so.
What you do for it free, Jay? I don't know what that means. That's a stupid comment. So
yeah, 333 Z Smith 333. This is quality content.
Yeah. Did you see that T-shirt design I sent you that a fan sent me with my face with a cigarette saying "Smoky, Smoky, Choky, Choky"? It's a good idea, but like you said, I'm in charge of quality control. I'm not going to allow something low IQ like that to go through.
Just like I said, every shirt has to be done a certain way. Even the Scherberger shirt. It has to be done a certain way. You can't just, like Pomps, throw it together like a fucking 7th grader. And here you go. Who cares? Yeah, that's a great T-shirt.
Right. I hate those Genova-isms. We should do a T-shirt just mimicking Pomps's level of comedy with a picture of Brad's face saying "Wah." If we could make $5 off that shirt, I'd be happy. Because shit like that is. Yeah, we're not going to do any low IQ T-shirts.
Oh shit!
Yeah, we need
Big
to.
Red Kampala. I'm just looking at some of these screen names.
Pomps is a misfit. Jay is not. Yeah, okay.
Yes, Jay is not a Del Rey misfit. We'll leave it at that. Jay is not a Del Rey misfit. The Del Rey misfit.
I don't even think
You're
it's
right.
called.
You're absolutely right.
I think Andrew's LLC is simply called Del Rey Misfits. The LLC that Andrew, Brad, and Lenny all signed their names to, and I don't know why they included Lenny. That was a bad business decision. That LLC is simply called Del Rey Misfits. So. We can circumvent that with a fucking strippy.
Don't disclose any more information because we already know how frantic Pomps is, and his next day off he'll try to do something. As far as like, I could see Pomps just feverishly working on different LLCs. Yeah, I got to make sure they don't get this, they don't do that. We're going to cut into your action, Pomps. Whether you like it or not, we're going to cut into your action.
Yeah.
And we're going to do it legally.
Now, I heard a rumor that this new LLC that you're founding, you're going to copyright my image.
I can't copyright your image. Only you can claim the rights to your likeness. Michael Jordan did it.
If I'm on the LLC, I can do that. And I disclosed last night that Andrew said he's all for the Team Andrew t-shirt. He will do. And like you said, I'm not for it. I'm not against it. But now that Andrew said, you know, Andrew gave the green light on the Team Andrew t-shirt, I guess I'm for it. So it passes the Vice President of Quality Control. That's how we're going to proceed. I'm the Vice President.
Vishnu Nashvero. I get, you know, Andrew blessing us from a hilltop in Israel, and the sun is shining on him. He's given us his blessing. Always remember the two direct paths to God. They're both Jews. Moses and Jesus. They're both direct paths to God.
Right.
So,
what about the Viking gods?
you know, there's a lot of correlation with the Viking gods and the Greek gods.
I think if we do some shirts, what's the name of the Viking god? I can't remember.
Odin is father.
Odin, yes.
Odin is father.
Right, right. I think we should go along those lines with Odin.
Jay with an eye patch. You would have to have an eye patch. Because Odin only has one eye.
Remember that video? The autumn wind is a raider.
Yeah.
With the pirate mustache. You gotta, I wish I had the nutsack to grow out my mustache long enough to do a little bit of a curl on the ends. Like Ben Davidson from the Oakland Raiders.
You would have to get yourself some old school hair wax to like bring it out like that and everything.
Brad uses beard butter.
Beard butter.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Brad is actually tight with the beard butter guy. The beard butter guy is a Misfits fan.
Oh.
And he actually sent Brad some maize and blue mustache socks that for me, and Brad gave them to me. I've got maize and blue. They're maize socks they're blue socks. They're navy socks with little maize mustaches all over them. And they're the Ben Davidson Oakland Raider mustache.
Oh my God.
I think Ben Davidson from the Oakland Raiders, from the Miller Lite commercials of the 70s, should be our spirit animal.
What would Ben Davidson do? What would Ben Davidson do?
Oh. You know, I looked into that guy's career a little bit. You know, I think he retired from the Raiders in like 71. And then he didn't play any pro football for a year. Then I believe the World Football League came out in 1973. And he played a year or two for like some world football team, I think up in Seattle or somewhere. That guy came out of retirement and played a couple more years.
Well, look back at Jim Brown's career. There was a point in Jim Brown's career where he took a year off from the NFL. And then when he came back, he really didn't miss a beat statistically. Sometimes taking a year off, you let the body rest and recoup. He figured, maybe I got 2 more years in me. They want to pay me this money. Do you want me to be the spokesperson of this team? Sure, fine. I'll do it.
So you just compared my idol Ben Davidson to a PM?
Yeah, but he was a good PM. He's one of the greatest players to ever live.
Yeah.
I just compared him to one of the greatest players to ever live. The man that you would tackle and he'd stand up and just look at you and just go back to the huddle.
He's an asshole, though.
Jim Brown's an asshole.
Oh, yeah. I can't stand that guy.
Oh, Jay, he's a good guy.
No, he's not. The fucking Malcolm X wannabe.
Oh God, does he still do interviews with that thing on his head that's African descent?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
It really is a shame that as far as like Malcolm X, it's like right before he's assassinated, he discovers that everyone is just full of shit. He discovers the truth. He realizes when he goes to Mecca, there's white, black, brown, everyone is around him. They're all worshiping the same God, and he's realizing, my God, they fucking lied to me.
Yeah.
The scariest part as far as like Malcolm X, the FBI have been keeping tabs on him for years. They knew about the assassination plot. All they did was just sit back and take photos and video. They didn't do anything.
Have you ever seen the I used to watch the X-Files with Mulder and Scully back in the day. You familiar with that show, X-Files?
Jay, if you want to know how much of a fucking nerd I am, just remember this. If it wasn't for the one-time series, there were 2 television movies made, and a one-time series of the show called Kolchak. Kolchak is the catalyst for the X-Files. And if anyone is not familiar with that show, anyone worth their salt that is a fan of movies, if you have never seen or heard of A Christmas Story, and the actor that played the father in The Christmas Story, he is Kolchak. And I have the first series. I have it on DVD. The only thing I'm missing is the very first movie that aired on a different network. But Kolchak, I love even to this day I love watching because you get to see all the old cars. But the X-Files, there wouldn't have been an X-Files without Kolchak.
All right.
But
the reason I brought up X-Files is my favorite episode of the X-Files is where the Cancer Man. Everyone knows who the Cancer Man is. Yes. Yes.
That's how he would go.
Yes. Cancer.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Marlboro Reds, and they were Marlboro Reds he was smoking.
There's that one episode of X-Files where the Cancer Man is looking back at his life.
Oh! It goes all the way back to the Kennedy assassination. Oh my God. Great episode. Great.
Yeah. And what made me think of that when you were talking about Malcolm X, the Cancer Man is sitting there watching TV, and Martin Luther King Jr. is doing a speech, and Cancer Man's watching it on a little black and white TV, and that's when Martin Luther King told the garbage men, "You need to go on strike." And Cancer Man says, why did you go and have to do that?
Yeah.
Why did you go and have, like basically insinuating we were going to let you live. But now you're going to let garbage pile up in fucking white people neighborhoods? Why did you have to go and do that? And then the next scene, instead of what's his name, Billy Ray Cyrus, or whoever it is, the patsy that supposedly shot Martin Luther King, it's actually Cancer Man.
Oh, God.
James Earl Ray. James Earl Ray. Oh. Earl and Ray, those names go right up there with Dale. Like, those are the names you don't give your kid if you want to give them a chance to succeed. Like, if you really hate your kid, you name them Dale, Earl, or Ray, because they're going to fail.
Why am I reminded of the Bob Newhart show? Hi, I'm Ed. This is my wait. He said,
Ray, Daryl, and Daryl.
No, hey, I'm Daryl. This is my brother Ed and my other brother Ed.
Daryl and Daryl.
Oh my God. Oh, Bob Newhart.
Yeah.
You know, Jay. It's interesting when you do the research of the most streamed shows. It's old television shows. Old television shows are the most streamed. What does that tell you? People are just tired of the bullshit, just tired of being force-fed. For some reason, if you notice today, the HBO streaming, the Disney Plus streaming, Netflix, and other television shows, for some reason, I don't know why, and I got nothing against them, I really don't. But why is it that they're trying to paint this picture that fat lesbians are coming to save us? I've never been saved by a fat lesbian. Okay? I'm sure she can carry me on her back and out the fucking door if she's a fireman. But this idea that fat lesbians are coming to save us, where the fuck are they getting this shit from? And we're being force-fed that, and no wonder people are watching All in the Family episodes, or Barney Miller, or Starsky and Hutch, or fucking, even people are still watching MASH. People are still watching MASH. They're tired of the bullshit. They're watching the Jeffersons. By the way, that's what this country needs right now. The country right now, they need Archie Bunker and George Jefferson.
Archie Bunker.
Archie Bunker was a no-nonsense guy, and George Jefferson was a blue-collar working man that became an entrepreneur. You can't make any excuses with those guys. And they would rag on each other. They were in episodes with each other. They would rag on each other, and at the end of the day, they would have a drink with each other. Everything was fine.
Archie Bunker was actually a Democrat. An old-school Union Democrat from New York City. He was a bus driver. He was in the Union.
Now, hold on. There's a name for that. And those people have died out because those people would have voted for Trump.
They call them blue dogs. They're Democrats.
They're very hard line. There's a word for it.
Blue dogs. Like Joe Manchin.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of a certain Democratic politician that was very well-rounded. He was very middle of the road, and I can't remember the motherfucker's name, but it goes with like the hard line. You know what I mean? If you're going against the working man, you're going against the country. That's what it came down to.
But Biden's mentor in the Senate was William Byrd from West Virginia, member of the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't he a grand wizard? Doesn't he wear the red cloak?
Not the white one, the red one.
No, blue dogs is the term for a conservative Democrat. And there's only like two left in the Senate. Joe Manchin and I can't remember the woman's name that's also going to vote against this abortion bill.
You know, I can't think of the name, but the individuals, the voters that come close to the name that I'm thinking of, and there was such a thing at the time, Ronald Reagan Democrats.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know that. There were Ronald Reagan Democrats.
Right.
And they're from that school that I'm talking about, very hard line.
You know, there's a great story about Ronald Reagan that in '84, during his re-election, not 1980, but 1984, his re-election. And Ronald Reagan in the Electoral College wound up winning 49 out of 50 states. He didn't win Minnesota because Minnesota is controlled by the Iron Ore Workers Union. And they control that state. Minnesota is going to be blue until the Iron Ore Workers Union is broken. And that morning, when Reagan, Reagan's chief of staff, I don't know, I can't remember who it was, but he called a meeting, the chief of staff, for all the White House people to come together that morning after Reagan's re-election. Reagan walks into the room, and they expect Reagan to be super happy because he won 49 out of 50 states. You know what Reagan said? What the hell happened in Minnesota?
Yeah. Roger Stone has a similar story when Nixon, my dad, if you want to know how much of a hardcore Republican my father was, my father loved Nixon. He fucking loved Nixon. When Nixon won the presidency, he saw the states that he didn't win, and apparently he was pissed that he didn't win those states. He just became president. He just became president of the United States, and he's pissed off about all these states that he didn't win. And Roger Stone had to pull him back and say, Mr. President, tomorrow will be a day to reflect on that. Tonight you need to celebrate.
You know, Nixon was such an animal that have you heard of the Christmas Day bombings?
I may have recently watched a documentary about that.
The Viet Cong were so convinced that there wouldn't be any attacks on Christmas Day because they thought Christians were weak and they would all be celebrating their holiday, that the little Vietnamese, the Viet Cong, that were hiding in tunnels, all came out to, go gather rice and go get bullets, whatever, take care of their wounded, whatever they were doing. You know what I'm saying? They thought it was going to be a day of rest for them. Nixon ordered the biggest bombing raid in the history of the Vietnam War on Christmas Day. B-52s. I don't know if you know much about a B-52, what they can do to an area. A squadron of B-52s or several squadrons of B-52s. They dropped.
Is that the footage I've seen that the bottom opens up and just nothing, it's just bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb, and the plane's just going, and it's just through all these bombs just falling out of it. If it's holy shit.
Yeah, it's called carpet bombing.
Oh my God.
They don't care. It's called carpet bombing because they don't care if they hit the target. They're going to wipe out the whole fucking city. Carpet bombing.
Oh.
B-52s had 4 jet engines on each wing. So you're talking about 8 engines. They could fly in the fucking stratosphere, which is basically almost outer space. and the, the Vietnamese couldn't see him or hear him coming. Oh, we got the fake Big Brad Wolf in here.
Gee, I wonder who that is.
I'm willing to bet it's Brian Scott Pompura.
I'm going to get a refill. There's a fake Andrew Kalura account on here now. The real Andrew Kalura would not take his time and type that out.
No.
Oh.
Oh.
The fake Big Brad Wolf. Pin my shit, mate.
Did he say mate?
Yeah.
Oh, he's trying to sound so Welsh.
Big Brad Wolf, fake Big Brad Wolf. If you're a fucking Taff, then I'm a Scandinavian. There you go. If you're a fucking Taff, then I'm a fucking Scandinavian.
Well, you could be a Swede. Let anybody in there these days.
Their future children are going to look like me. Fucking Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, that fake Andrew Kalura account is Pomps. Someone just asked, did Lenny call you, Father? No, he didn't. Lenny's going down for siding with us. That was a big test the other night when I went on Lenny's live stream and I got Lenny reading my comments because he was so excited that I was on his live stream. He was reading all my comments. So happy that Big J was on his live stream. And then I dropped a bomb on him. I said, why did Pomps dox my mother? And Lenny wouldn't read it. He refused to read it. And I kept typing it. And I guess last night, a bunch of my friends were doing the same thing to Lenny, asking him, why did Pomps dox Jay's mother? And Lenny won't get near it with a 10-foot pole. You imagine a little T-shirt money coming between you and your real beliefs? I can't. Lenny refused to acknowledge Father's presence. That's not true. Lenny was reading a bunch of my comments.
You know, not to get too personal as far as myself, but you and I had a conversation as far as like my dad, his estate and everything's gotten done. And one of the things to split up was my dad's truck. So my dad's truck is valued just under 10 grand. Now I have it, and I have it legally. It's all documented, signed by a judge and everything. And I don't have to do anything. But I'm going to be making out cashier's checks to my siblings for $2,500 each for the value of that truck. Because I don't want, I've always been the type of person, I don't want money to be the factor, the bottom line of why you hate my guts. If you hate my guts, you hate my guts. If I've done you wrong, I've done you wrong. It's not going to be because of money. I'm sorry. I'm not letting that happen. If I owed you $50 from years ago and all of a sudden I fucking run into you, if I got the $50 on me, I'm giving it to you. It's just I can't I can't do that. I can't do
You've only
that.
got 3 brothers and sisters, though. Right? There's 4 of
Just
you.
because my parents know how to procreate.
There's 4 of you, right?
As far as like my dad, there's 5 of us.
Oh.
As far as like my dad, there's 5 of us. Now my mom, when she was with my dad, she had 2 kids. Then when her and my dad got divorced and she got with my stepdad, she had another child.
All right, so there's 5 of you.
Yeah. But
Okay.
as far as like all my siblings, I'm the oldest of 6.
All right. I'm not a math major, but I can divide 10 grand by 5 and come up with 2,000. Of that 10 grand, 2,000 of that is yours. So what you should do, to be fair, is disperse 8 grand to the other 4 people.
Yeah, but Jay, with that extra 2 grand that I split in between all of them, there's nothing to say. I leave the ball in their court, and anyone that makes a whisper about that truck and me having it, and it used to belong to my dad, they're the asshole.
Let me ask you a serious question. Let's just say you gave them nothing. What would happen?
My brother wouldn't give a shit. He doesn't give a shit.
Right.
He's like me. He wants his father back.
Right.
None of this shit means anything to him. He just wanted it to be over with.
Let's leave the emotions out of it and stick to the math.
Well, I know that all 3 of my sisters would be pissed off at me. All 3 of them.
Okay, if you gave them nothing.
And there would be hell to pay. There would be hell to pay. There would.
How much hell?
They would try to find some legal way to get that money. They would.
So
they would.
So you think you're gonna? They hate you this much. You think by giving them an extra $500, they're gonna like you? That's fucking stupid.
It's not about liking me. It's about covering my ass in that if any of them were to speak up, there's nothing to say. You were given the complete value of that vehicle. If you have a problem with it, you're the asshole, not me. I'm glad. Listen, if I drop dead tomorrow and not one of them comes to the funeral, great. Great. Don't give a shit.
You know what you should do? First off, I would only give the 4 of them 2 grand, because that's 8 grand. And then that 2 grand is rightfully yours to make it 10. Okay? That's just my opinion. Now, if you want to really fuck them, some of these sisters that don't like you, give the 2 grand, if any of them have kids, give it to one of their kids in a trust that they inherit at 18. And see if they go after their kids' money. Because that'll prove what a fucking scumbag they are.
And you know, here's the thing. The 2 youngest girls, which is my father's 3rd wife, she would not have a problem with that, and she would tell them that they're wrong if I did something like that.
Say, look, you know, if you guys need 2 grand this bad, you're obviously doing something wrong with your life. So what I would like to do is put it in a trust for your kid that they will inherit when they turn 18, and it could be in a fund that's going to grow, I don't know how old their kids are, but by the time their kids turn 18, that 2 grand could be 6, 8, 10 grand maybe. I don't know. I'm not a.
That is something that I would do if either one of my siblings had kids. I'm the only one, as far as my father's children, that has kids. I'm the only one.
I just think you're being too nice. I don't get it. They're not gonna, if they don't like you now, an extra $500, you're not gonna buy friends. Give them the 2 grand they're entitled to, and saying, if you don't like it, kiss my ass. Because if you gave them 0, they would do the same thing. And you're thinking if you overpay them by 500, now all of a sudden everything's going to be great. You're going to have Christmas together. Family doesn't work that way.
I'm so happy I have you as a business partner, because you're going to be like, now hold on a minute.
Right.
Why are we spending money in this direction?
Right.
Why are we spending money in this direction? Listen, Jay, this is something personal. This is about karma. And like I said, what I'm buying is they can never make me out to be the asshole. That's what I'm buying.
Who really cares? You are the asshole.
That's right, because I got the truck.
Right. That truck could have gone to auction, and it could have got sold for $7,500. And if you guys split 4 ways, I'll be getting less. So if you give them 2 grand, they're actually getting more. You're not a numbers person. You think too emotionally because you're Cuban, and I look at the numbers. See, you're thinking like Captain Kirk with your emotions. I'm thinking like Spock with logic.
Well, with all due respect to you, and you know how much I love you, I'm going to follow my own advice on this.
Okay. Well, you're the one that's going to have 2 grand less at the end of the day. And if you can afford to do that, that's fine. I don't care. I really don't.
Jay, it's you got to look at it from another angle. It's 2 grand that I never had in the first place. If my father were still alive, it's 2 grand I wouldn't have in the first place. I'm not getting the old man back. I'm not getting him back. I'm never going to see him again. I'm never going to be able to talk to him again. That's why, like, for instance, and we talked about this before, and I don't mind saying it, my sisters, they have the rest of his stuff in a storage unit, and they want to sell it all. And if you want to know, like, the items, so you understand the reference and the context and maybe how much money is actually there, my dad had a collection of Tony Lama boots.
What size?
They all vary in size. There are some that are 9s, there are some that are 9.5, and there are some that are 10s. He also had a collection of cowboy hats. Real name brand leather fucking jackets. Okay, my dad sometimes would get dressed up and he would look like fucking Lefty from the Johnny Depp movie. What the hell was it called? Anyway. But I'm going to give him a phone call sometime this week or next week and tell him, listen, whatever's in that storage unit, you guys do whatever you want with it. I'm done. I'm done. Whatever you guys want to do with it, leave me out. Whatever money you make, you keep it. I don't want anything to do with it.
You know what I would be after? I'll bet your old man had a nice collection of knives.
I have them all.
What, are you going to start paying your siblings for those knives too? Mr. Nice.
No. That's why I'm going to tell him, do whatever you want with what's in the storage unit, because with everything that's there, you sell it all. It's going to be worth more than those knives. So.
Why? I would rather have something made out of steel than the pair of sweaty cowboy boots or a sweaty cowboy hat that's loaded with your dad's DNA.
You're so fucking brutal. Jesus Christ. No. I got his knives.
Nice.
I still can't believe it. The old man had a fucking switchblade in the fucking truck. I'm cleaning out the truck and I find this switchblade. He's like, Dad, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, no one's gonna fucking fuck with him.
Listen, I found a switchblade, an aluminum baseball bat, and a fucking buck knife in the truck. I'm like, Dad, what are you doing? I'm looking at all this. I'm thinking to myself, did he plan on going to fucking Harlem at 3 a.m. to cop fucking weed or something?
You know,
What the fuck?
in some states, truck drivers can't carry baseball bats because they're considered a weapon.
Really?
Yeah. That's why truckers all carry a hammer to check their tires. Because a hammer is not a weapon. A baseball bat is.
I'll never forget it. I thought he stopped doing it, but it's an old aluminum baseball bat. He had that fucking thing with him everywhere. I thought that he gave it up. And when I found it in the truck, I'm like, oh shit. There was one time he and I, we went to some function where all his friends are at. This is like 20 years ago. And I guess one of his friends, at some function, he got emotional and all riled up and everything and, pumping his chest and everything like that. My dad and I were getting out of the truck. My dad grabs the aluminum bat and looks right at him and said, hey, I'm just letting you know, if you didn't take your pill today, I got it right here, okay? Just letting you know that. Oh, shit.
Awesome. Yeah. That's why I carry a ball-peen hammer to check my tires. In some states, if I carry a baseball bat to check my tires, some cops would consider that a weapon.
Hold on a minute. You're going to love this. The fake Big Brad Wolf. I'm going to park mail truck. I'm going to park the mail truck on your lawn, Cuban. I've already been doxxed, so I don't see the point in doing that. I mean, if you pull up, let me know when you pull up. I'll give you a beer. I got cigarettes. Oh wow, you're gonna pull up in my front lawn. You can't pull up on my front lawn because I have what the hell are they called? The wife. Anyway, I completely forget the name. The wife was very smart. One of the very few things that she's smart about. She had us plant all of these bushes in front of the house that I don't know what they're called, something lime or lime something, but they deter mosquitoes. You're not going to be able to pull up my front lawn unless you run them over. And good luck with that. But anyway. Yeah, someone's going to pull up my front lawn and take video. That's great. Let me know when you get here. You want a beer, let me know. You want some cigarettes, I'm right here. Omegatron 66 Cuban has a statue of Jesus on his front lawn. Oh, shit. Oh.
Along the same lines as that.
I need to get a Jesus on the dashboard, I know.
Yes, from Clutch.
I need to put a Jesus on my dad's truck on the dashboard. Yes.
Jesus on the dashboard. That way when you do live streams from your car, you have a Jesus on the dashboard. Reference Clutch's first album.
My dad had a very good friend. His name was Bob, and Bob was a he was a trapper. He had his own business. He would, you know, if he had a problem with some type of raccoon or whatever, or a possum, you know, he was the guy to call. And Bob was from Michigan, and Bob was Jewish. And so my father thought that it would be a great idea one year for Christmas. He bought Bob a 3-foot Jesus that you would plug in and it would light up and everything. And Bob was just so overwhelmed by this Christmas present from my dad. He's going around and he's saying, Larry got me Jesus. And someone says to him, you can't buy Jesus. Larry did. Larry bought me Jesus. And that all stems from Bob getting really disgruntled one night. We all went to a Denny's because we're all bullshitting, and he got tired of all of the Christianity and the fucking Jesus talk, and he got really sarcastic with my father, because my father said to him, he goes, Bob, what do you want for Christmas? And Bob put his arm around my dad's shoulder and said to him, Larry, I want a 6-foot statue of Jesus right outside my bedroom window so I can see Jesus every morning. He was being sarcastic. And my dad goes out on Christmas Day and he gets him this Jesus, this 3-foot Jesus. It was so, when you get someone a Jesus like that it plugs in and lights up everywhere, it's really fucking ethnic. It's really fucking Hispanic. And it was just hysterical. And he fucking loved it. He loved it. Larry, I want a Jesus. Oh my God.
Go down to Miami, the Cubans got nativity scenes in their yard.
They got the nativity. Some of them have the Lazarus. Some of them have what's called La Caridad de Cobre, which, if anyone is not familiar with that, the urban legend is that, now hear me out, this is not racist, this is what the urban legend is, okay? There were fishermen out at sea. They were in a very small boat, and they had a young black man with them. And the water really was getting really rough, and they realized that they had too many people on the boat, and they were going to throw off the black kid. So La Caridad de Cobre came out of the sea, and she saved him. So when you see this depiction of this dark woman with a baby in her arms, and there's these 3 men below her in like a little boat with rough water, the black guys in the middle and the 2 white guys are on either end, that's La Caridad de Cobre. It's not racist. I mean, I'm just telling you what it is.
Well, it's common sense.
The movie, just to give you an idea of the sense of humor my father had, there's the movie The Boondock Saints. There's a scene in the movie where the 3 gangsters are having a conversation, and one guy tells them a joke about the 3 guys. They're in a raft or whatever, or a boat. And one guy wishes that he would have this, and one guy gets a Coca-Cola. And I don't remember the joke. I got to go back to it to remember the joke. But he throws the black guy off the fucking boat when he looks at the Coca-Cola.
Right.
And we've come full circle.
I think I would really enjoy the Saints movie. What's it called?
Boondock Saints.
Yes. I've seen parts of it fucked up. I've never watched it from start to finish by myself, sober. And that's really the only way to really take in a movie, is start to finish by yourself, sober. That's how you get to know a movie. And I've never done that with the Boondock Saints. But I think I would like it. So I don't claim to know anything about that movie.
I know Willem Dafoe is in that movie.
Yeah.
Fuck Dog 66. Cuban completely got that scene wrong. Yes, I know I got it wrong because the gist of that scene and that joke, there's different people from different parts of the world in that boat, and they're looking at the items that they have, and they use the items that they have, and they just throw it overboard. And it's like, wait a minute, you just threw that overboard. Well, we have plenty of this where I come from. That was the joke of it. That was the exaggeration. We have plenty of this where I come from. Guy looks at the Coca-Cola and he looks at the black guy and he throws him off the fucking boat.
Hey. Hey.
Oh shit! Oh my God!
We got plenty of blacks back in my neighborhood. We don't need this one.
Oh. What do you mean I don't get the joke? Of course I get the joke. I just gave you the punchline.
You just ruined the movie for me.
Oh, Father, forgive me.
All
You
I
should
can
watch
remember
overnight.
is the three white boys that go to mass for one of their friends' funerals, I think, in the beginning of the movie, and then they go on a terror spree. Pretty much all I remember.
33 Z Smith 3333 whatever the fuck. Cuban, why are you sitting in your car? Well, first of all, if I'm sitting in a vehicle with the headrests that are red, that's my wife's vehicle. If I'm sitting in a vehicle that the headrest is black, that's the truck that I got from my dad. I'm in the backyard because it's a beautiful fucking day right now. It's sunny, it's windy, it's in the 70s. I was like, this is a good time to come out here, put some wood out here on this cookie cutter fire thing. So
Why do you call it a cookie cutter fire thing?
What's that?
Why do you call it a cookie cutter fire thing?
I'm just being modest. It's just a round thing that you buy somewhere and you can throw wood on it. But I don't have a proper legal fire pit in my backyard.
You should make a nice one. Oh, you're going to build a pool, so you're not going to be able to do this much longer. Because I was going to say, you could make a nice one out of brick.
Well, you know, Jay, you and I were having a private conversation about women, and I won't get into detail, but, you know, God bless my wife. She buys this above-ground pool. And so you know, we're out here, we're trying to plan out where we're putting it, and then I realize, honey, this thing is huge.
Right.
Huge. And we need to do the things like what the Cubans say. We need to do this like the white people. Like, for instance, we have to have a new fence installed. I said, listen, let's get the new fence installed first so this fucking above-ground pool isn't in their way.
Wait,
Let's get the fence installed first.
You know what you can do?
What's that?
Know what you can do?
What?
You can just put lattice on the top of the fence and take the lattice up to the legal code. What, I don't know what legal code is in your area. 10 foot, 8 foot? I'm talking economy. I'm talking on a budget. You go to Home Depot, you get lattice, and you get a cordless screwdriver and some fucking screws, and you extend your fence with lattice up to the legal limit that the city will allow, and call it good.
again, you know, Father loves me so much. You know, whether it's my siblings or a fence in the backyard, he's trying to save me money. But we're gonna put up the fence first before we do the pool, because I just don't want that to be in the way of the workers. We got a stump out here we need to remove as well, because, I mean, I cannot believe how much square footage this thing covers. Okay? I've got everything planned out. Okay? We get the fence up, we get the stump up, we get the pool going. I'm going to have to buy really big, long pieces of plywood so that when we get this all set up and you come into town, we can park you across the street on the plywood so the truck doesn't get stuck in the dirt, right? You're able to pull out Monday morning. So you'll have a pool. You'll be able to go back to your cab and rest. And plus, you know, I'll bring you some, you know, roasted pork. And it'll all be good.
You know,
but we need to do things like the white people.
You need an outdoor shower if you're going to have a pool. Because I like to use a lot of oils when I bronze my body poolside.
We'll have a proper filter. It'll all work out.
No, but if you have an outdoor shower, like, do you have an outdoor wall near one of your bathrooms that faces the backyard?
Yep.
Dude, the plumbing would be simple to do an outdoor shower. You could even make it hot water. Doesn't have to be cold water. And you pour a little concrete slab for an outdoor shower. That way, when I come over and cover myself in my organic bronzing, organic oils, that, you know, you don't have to let me inside. Because if I shower in your house, the ring around your tub, you're gonna need fucking chore boy.
You may not even be able to fit in this shower, Jay. This house was built in the 1950s.
Right.
But at least it's concrete.
See, if you do an outdoor shower on a wall that's that faces your bathroom, all the plumbing is right there. You could do an outdoor shower in your backyard, cheap as fuck. And you could even do a little curtain around the cement slab. You know, that way if I bring over Keisha and I need to get her cleaned up, we can put her in the outdoor shower.
And I don't have to bring her in the house. I see your logic.
Right.
I see your logic.
Right.
Oh.
Now,
Trust me, when you park across the street, you're going to see plenty of fucking Keishas walk by.
Now, all right, I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit. Your teenagers are getting up there in age. Do you really need that big of a pool? I mean, maybe you should have got a pool like that 15 years ago.
Jay, I didn't buy the fucking pool. The wife did.
Right.
I didn't buy it. She did. I'm not taking responsibility for it. The only thing I can do is just be thankful. We have a pool to put up. We got to prepare for it like the white people do everything the right way. So that's another thing about this pool. So it comes out right. We want it level. It's got to be level.
Well,
Gotta get rid of this fucking oak stump. It's a fucking oak. We gotta get rid of this fucking oak stump.
I don't know how much stump grinding costs, but it's not that bad.
Nah, we'll put up the fence, get rid of the stump, and then we'll set up the pool. Next thing you know, Father's gonna tell me to build an outdoor toilet.
Well, no, I can urinate anywhere.
In the pool.
Now, pooping is a different story. I don't.
You'll have to go to the gas station.
I don't poop.
Here's the key to the restroom. I'm from Bangladesh.
Oh, you know Gabe. You know Gabe, my very good customer. Gabe always got 4-pack and smokes.
Yeah. What about gummy? There's no gummy up there?
Not that I know of, but it doesn't mean he doesn't exist.
You know, if we do a gummy t-shirt with the full tank of gas, pack of smokes, and $5, dude, I'm going to need a couple extra thrown my way to send to my buddies in Michigan that originated that story.
No, you're listen. Yeah. If we can make that T-shirt happen and it's done the right way, absolutely, absolutely. See, we're talking about karma here. It's not about money. We're talking about karma here.
I think here's my idea for the gummy t-shirt. We put a face on the front of an old man and just simply put the word gummy above it. And then on the back, we put a gas gauge that's on full. We put a picture of a $5 bill, and then we put a picture of a pack of smokes. We keep it simple. We keep it simple. You got gummy on the, and then you got a picture of a full gas gauge, $5, and a pack of smokes. You can't make it too wordy, because then it becomes like one of Pomps' t-shirts. A picture is worth 1,000 words.
Some old dude that has his chin out the fucking here because he's got no fucking teeth. Listen, I'll never forget. I'm like 22 years old. I was working at a fast food restaurant that anyway, they don't deserve any recognition, but anyway. And I remember one of the cashiers that I was working with, and she, you know, she wasn't that horribly worn. And sometimes at a fast food restaurant, depending on the crew that you have, sometimes the conversations can be really, really crude.
Yeah.
And I remember her looking at me, and I know that it was a proposition. She looked right at me and she said, "Have you ever gotten a blowjob from a woman with false teeth?" I said no. Oh, shit. Gum you to death.
I think I probably said this on a Delray Misfits podcast a long time ago. Nobody knows how to please a cock like another man. These chicks, they don't know how to suck dick. It's like they're playing with it, like they think you're filming a porno. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Put the dick back in your mouth. I don't want all this fucking drama with you licking it, putting my nuts in your mouth. I'm not going to come while you're putting my nuts in your mouth. Whoever started that thing where chicks think it's cool to put your nuts in their mouth.
We can blame the rap group NWA for that. They had a song, I think it's called "Just Don't Bite It," and there's even a sequel to that song, and the emphasis in that song, in both of them, we can blame them because, and we're talking all the way back in '92. We can blame them because part of what the woman had to do was put the nuts inside the mouth and hum.
No, I'm not into that.
We can blame NWA for that.
It's a waste of my fucking time.
Now, I will say this, not that I speak from experience. I think that while the man is coming, that's when the chick should actually put the nuts in her mouth and hum.
Oh,
It's a waste of time doing it before.
no, her mouth needs to be over the cock when you come. Remember one of my sacred rules, cum should never
Cum
be
should never be wasted.
right. You should never pull out and come on a chick. It needs to go in her mouth, in her pussy, or in her ass. Period. That's why you guys need to stop watching porn. You don't pull out to come. That's only in porn. Porn is ruined you motherfuckers.
You must not spill the seed.
I remember I used to date this chick who loved it in the ass because she could squirt when I butt fucked her. And if I fucked her pussy and she squirted, it would jack my cock right out of her pussy. Her fucking squirt storm was so strong. And so she used to say, hey, would you mind fucking me in the ass so I could squirt? Yeah, I guess. And I remember one time we had this conversation. I said, well, I'd rather come in your pussy. That's what makes me feel like a man. And she's like, well, you should feel like more of a man if you come in my ass. How do you argue with that type of logic? I mean, when it comes to conquering a woman, yes, you want to come in their pussy, but she's got a goddamn good point. If you want to conquer a chick, you come in her asshole. That's a true Viking conquering.
Oh my God. Oh shit. All right. It's getting close to 7 o'clock. I got to end this live and order takeout. I got to get back to domestics. Anyway, this is a great live, and listen to Jay Cuban. Yes, I am listening to him. I take everything that he says to heart. You have to listen to your big brother.
How come Pomps and Lenny can't do a live stream like this if they're such good friends?
Because they have a business relationship. I'm doing air quotes now because Omegatron 66 encouraged it. Cuban, you need to start doing air quotes. They have a business relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. I don't think Brad and I, back when we were buddies, ever had a really good live stream like this. This has been very, very entertaining.
But anyway, I got to get back to domestics. I got to order takeout and eat and go to bed because I got a long weekend ahead of me. Anyway, you stay comfortable in your hotel room. Get naked. Crank up the AC.
Who says I'm wearing pants right now?
Jay, why are you so judgmental about yourself? There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong at all. You're in the privacy in your own room. You're not hurting anyone. You're not bothering anybody. It's fine. But anyway, I got to get going. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for Father for jumping in. And I can't wait to cut into Pomps action. We got plans.
You give them a ducky face.
Plans.